hard to know what's going on or how to help. At this time, when teens are at their most vulnerable, they can also be hardest to reach. Whether a teenager's withdrawal is just a passing phase or the result of underlying struggles, we can't just leave them to it. The relationship between parents and teenagers really matters. We know that the presence of a caring, supportive adult is a vital factor in helping teens grow into happy and successful young adults. The aim of this book is to help you be that adult. To help you find ways to understand what's going on and maintain a connection, so you can be the parent your teenager needs, even if right now they don't want anything to do with you. In the chapters that follow, you will find concrete tips on how to bridge the divide of teenage withdrawal, build a good relationship with your teen, and nurture their well-being, despite that often closed bedroom door. The focus will be on real-world wins and small, everyday actions, things you can take away and do today that will make a difference. I'll give you a blueprint for how to get a reluctant teen to spend time with you, and explain why it really matters that you persevere in this, and lay out guidelines on how to communicate effectively, without nagging. There will be strategies for tackling some of the tricky issues that often accompany teen withdrawal, like compulsive gaming, obsessive phone use, and social anxiety. I will draw on neuroscience and developmental psychology to help you understand what's going on inside your teenager's brain. And I'll bring the lessons from my 20 years of experience in supporting families to help you find parenting strategies that really work, whether your child is at the beginning of their journey through adolescence, at 11 years old, or right in the thick of the teenage years. The key messages and strategies in this book will help you support your teenager no matter what challenges they face. However, there are many issues I haven't delved into and for which you will need specialist support, such as gender dysphoria and eating disorders, to name just two. I go into detail about anxiety, Chapter 7, and depression, Chapter 8, as these are so prevalent among modern teens, especially among teens who withdraw, and anxiety and depression often coincide with other teen struggles. This book is not for teenagers to read. It's aimed at parents, both mums and dads, or anyone occupying the role of primary caregiver to a teenager. Other family members and professionals working with teenagers will find this book useful, but truthfully, I'm not writing it for them. In my experience, the relationship teenagers have with their teachers, coaches, or other family members is often different from the way they behave with parents. It's parents they need to separate from in order to become independent young adults, which is why your teen might gladly accept wise advice from a coach, but throw exactly the same advice back at you with an added helping of hurtfulness. There will be lots of honesty. None of us get through the teenage years without committing some real howlers. It's not just our teens who have to cope with changes and difficult emotions. I'll be sharing tips I have picked up from other parents and telling you a little of my own story along the way. Not because I did everything right, far from it, but because I want you to know that it's okay to make mistakes and that there are ways back from even the toughest of ruptures. This book has emerged from some of my most powerful personal and professional experiences. The idea first came to me with an article I wrote describing my personal sense of loss and rejection as my teenage son withdrew. Some days I miss my teenage son so much it makes me cry. He hasn't gone anywhere. He still lives in my house. I still see him every day. But he doesn't want to be with me anymore. He doesn't really want to speak to me at all. The response to this article was overwhelming. It generated hundreds of comments from parents saying how much they identified with it. Many emailed me directly to tell me their stories and offer me hope and advice. I knew I had hit a nerve, but at the time I was nowhere near ready to find the emotional distance to write this book. It was all too raw. Then my son was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and things got a lot worse. Apart from going to school and occasional